Dakar, Senegal. Thank you to all the media that's present here. Done a great job. It's been a beautiful day over here in Senegal, second game. The Nigerian team, Kwara Falcons, clashing against the Rwanda team, Rwanda Energy Group. First press conference, we're going to be talking to Coach Kadril Jibril. Coach, thank you for making time to talk to us.
Thank you.
And also Jawad Adekoya, who came out blazing, 15 points. Has been a good game for you. Coach, just really quickly, tell us a little bit about this game. How did you prepare it, being this is your first time at the BAL for this team. Tell us what was the mentality coming in, what's the spirit, and just analyze the game.
Actually, yeah, well, it's a nice game, but playing the first game in this kind of environment and everything, it means. Okay.
Yes.
Playing first game, you understand, in this kind of arena and everything is somehow weird to the guys, but at least they get used to it towards the second half. And I think we are going to do better when we play the next game.
Alors coach Kadril Djibril, qui est donc le coach de la formation nigérienne, Kwara Falcons, qui vient juste de perdre leur premier match contre le Rwanda, l'équipe rwandaise, il dit que voilà, c'est une jeune équipe qui commence, c'est une jeune équipe qui a foulé cette pelouse, enfin ce cours pour la première fois. Il faut leur donner du temps. Je pense que pour s'adapter aussi, c'est important. Just to talk real quick with you, Jawad Adekoya. You came out here tonight, today shooting 41%, which is kind of a good percentage. You held your team strong, but the basket was just not coming. What happened today?
You know what?
Just press it there. You on? Just.
Okay, so.
Can we take a look at that? Thank you. Juste une seconde, on va régler son micro. Merci.
Okay, got it. We had some jitters in the first half. Like Coach said, we've got a new team in the BAL. We've got a young team, and it's the first game. Like Coach said, it's a big arena for the guys. You said I made some shots. I just tried to bring a little bit of a veteran presence, and it's just the first game. So the shots weren't falling for us today, especially in the second half. We got away from what we were doing in the first half, but I think that we'll be able to make some adjustments moving forward and definitely pick it up come Tuesday.
Coach Jibril, just a quick question before we take questions from the floor. What is the spirit of this team like? What is your forte? What is this team repose on? What's the strength? If you say there was a spirit in this game with this team, this collective, this group, what is it that y'all have?
Well, actually, as I said, being the first game is going to affect them, especially we won the game, the spirit will have been high. But now, it's my job now to bring them back up because, hey, they feel like, hey, maybe that's the end of it. No, this is the first game. We still have like 5 more games.
5 more games.
You understand? And they're young, and at least, they prove, at least they show some flashes of greatness during the game. And I think that's going to be an advantage for us. We are going to play better, definitely, in the next game.
Thank you. Est-ce qu'on peut prendre des questions? Let's take some questions from the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, please just state your media, state the organ you work for, and pose your question. Let's go.
Leonard Solms, ESPN. Jawad, you're one of the more experienced players in this team. But I'm guessing by the surname, you probably do have a familial connection to Nigeria. If so, could you perhaps explain your ties to the country, whether it's one side of your family or both or whatever? And then a question for both of you. I've spoken to a lot of Nigerian athletes in recent months who have expressed this feeling that life is not so great in the country at the moment, and whatever opportunity they have, they don't have the opportunity to fail. They have to take it because their whole lives could rest on it.
Yeah.
Do you two feel like maybe that affected the performance of the team, the sense that some of the younger guys in this team, they absolutely have to succeed, and there's maybe some nerves that come with that?
Coach?
So I'll take the first one. Both sides of my family come from Nigeria. My father's side of the family is from Ogun State, Ijebu-Ode, and my mother's side of the family comes from Lagos by way of, I believe, Sierra Leone. And as far as the second question goes, I'll let Coach touch on it a little bit, but like we said, we have some young players on the team and some guys that have played very well, obviously, in Nigeria to get us to this point. So there's definitely some pressures on them, you know, that come from home and things like that, but I think it's not my job, but I'll try to do my best, and Coach will try to do his best to make sure that everyone understands that it's not solely on them. You know, it's a team effort, and we'll put it together for sure.
Coach?
Well, yeah, you talk about maybe it's a little bit hard living over there. Well, it might be, but not as hard as maybe a lot of people think. But that's why, I mean, playing this kind of tournament is going to help a lot of people because it's their aspiration to be here. And I think, I mean, watching us back home now is going to inspire a lot of kids because the people that are here, you can see them on TV. It's going to change a lot of things, a lot of perspective about what's going on in the country. So I think we are happy, you understand. It's going to bring a lot of kids out because, as everybody knows, we have a lot of talent in Nigeria.
Yeah.
You understand? And everything is coming back now. And I think it will be great.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take another question from here, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Mohammed Abdullahi from Nigeria. I freelance for Business Day. My question is to the coach. You were dominant in Nigeria the past few months, beating even the favorites and so many other tournaments you won. Yeah. But I'm sure, I know this is your first game in the BAL, quite a whole lot of experience, I understand. But do you want to compare what your experience is like with the tournament you've had and even the league, the Abridged League in Nigeria, and probably this first game, and then what we should expect in the coming games? Because I know you, like you mentioned earlier, you have a tough job in your hands in the coming days. Thank you.
Coach?
Obviously, you know, you can't compare the... Yeah, we won some championship back-to-back back in Nigeria before we get here. But definitely you can't compare the level of the games we play here, there. Hey, BL is the highest this in Africa, so definitely it's going to be different. And that's why I said it's really good for Nigeria because everybody's inspired to come here and play. Well, in any tournament you go, the first game is always like this. Is either you win it, then you give your confidence go up, or you lose it, then you have to find a way to bring yourself back. You understand? And that adds a lot of confidence and the thing to the players.
Thank you, Coach. We're going to take one last question, Queen.
Coach, good afternoon. I know you would have expected to see the outcome differently. My name is Queen from Nigeria, I write for OJB Sport. Let me start off with Adekoya. You played against Mangu, that's the number 34 on the reg team. Mm-hmm. Was it very difficult handling him in the paint? Because for most time he was on the floor. It looked like Kwara Falcons could not guard him. And aside guarding him, he found it difficult or made it difficult for Kwara to get those baskets in. Then for coach, 21 turnovers, I know it's not really good for a team.
Obviously.
Because aside not getting those baskets in defensively, your team was poor today. How do you intend to work on that? And again, do you think you have a bit of a size problem? Because for Reg, you have one of Mango in the team. It made a huge difference for them. So do you think you have a bit of a size problem? And lastly, I know you have more players, more new players now on the team compared to the Louis Edem tournament you played, the NBL Final 8, as well as going to Abidjan. You have 4 new players and other new players joining the team. So do you have a bit of a chemistry problem going into this tournament?
Thank you, Queen. Coach, probably.
Okay. Firstly, 34, Manga is a gigantic guy, very big. But as far as being able to guard him, he went 2 for 6. So I think our defense on him, although it may not have been superb, was sufficient. He got his 12 rebounds, but like I said, he's a huge guy. So as far as guarding him, if he's the biggest guy in the BAL, then we might not have a problem. But yeah, he's definitely a big dude. So,
Coach, you want to talk about the turnovers?
Well, definitely. There's no team, if you have like 21 turnovers, you are not expected to win that game, definitely. You understand? We are definitely going to work on that. As I said, the players are somehow jittering the first quarter. I mean, hey, we had 24 turnovers, but we are almost, we are tied in the half. You understand? That means there is something that we have to just it's going to bring us back.
Last question about the chemistry, Coach.
So now the chemistry. Well, we don't really have that yet, but I think it's working. You know, some guys joined towards the end of our preparation to BAL due to some logistic problems, but I think we are going to be okay.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Nicola, for coming. Thank you for making time to talk to the press. Good luck on your next game. We're going to take a 2-3 minutes break and just get the other team to come in. Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're now talking to Coach Dean Murray and talking to Coach Dean Murray and Delwyn Graham. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Coach, on a great game.
Thank you.
You know, coming out here, especially on a very special day like this where we had a talk on Visit Rwanda. You know, the people must be proud. It's a great game. Tell us about how you feel about this team. You know, the chemistry was, you know, in their place. A lot of rebounds. We talked about size. S'il vous plaît, est-ce qu'on peut juste avoir les téléphones sur vibreur, s'il vous plaît? Si ça n'a pas de vibreur, on peut juste l'éteindre. Merci. Yes, Coach, sorry about that. So, you know, talking about these rebounds, you know, this is obviously a group that has size and depth. You know, the backcourt is deep, but also, you know, your guys came out, played strong, even though it was a slow start. Tell us about, you know, what was your game plan, if any, in this game, Coach?
Obviously, the first game is one of the most important games because, you know, it's difficult when you're trying to start out 0-1, and we are 1-0, so we're happy about that. give the other team credit. They made us fight for everything we got today, and they were playing tough on us and made us turn the ball over quite a few times, which we definitely got to clean that up. But I thought we played good for the first game. You know, we have some experienced players on our team. They came right out and got up 6-0 on us, but I wasn't that worried about it. So I knew we just had to get into a rhythm. We still haven't had that much time together to gel a lot on offense. The defense was pretty good overall today. You got to play defense when you have days like today where you're not scoring at your best. So I was really happy about that, but obviously we're happy to get the first win.
Just talk to you real quickly, Delwyn. You know, great game, shooting at 45%, you know, probably the highest percentage in this game. Today, just tell us how you felt, man, coming out there, you know, just really playing with your heart. You and your boy Thomas really just controlled the game from back to back. How did you guys, you know, face this game? How did you prepare for this team?
We didn't really have too much of video to really prepare for this team, so we just came out and do what we do best and what we've been working on in the last few weeks or month. So you know, we came out there as a team and gave it our all. Of course, like Coach said, it's our first game, so a lot of people had jitters, so we had to get them out. And then second half, you know, we started to come in mode as what we've been working on in practice in the past.
Coach, I want you to talk a little bit about the speed of this team. You know, had 22 points, fast break points. You know, y'all been really, you know, handling the ball, and the other team had just 14. Is speed one of your, you know, your highest weapons in this team? What is your forte?
Well, actually, we know this team. We have a pretty, I think overall we have some good offensive players on our team, but we're going to score more points if we can play defense. And, you know, we had 11 steals for the game. That generates plenty of offense right there. And actually, it says we had 8 blocks, but the young kid, Ulrich, had 3 blocks and actually had a couple more than that. But, and, you know, he really helped us out in there, the elevate player. So we were happy to get him because he adds something to our team, you know, as far as the backup coming off the bench. But if this team plays good defense and we can get on a transition, we can score some points.
Thank you, Coach. Let's take some questions from the press. On va prendre des questions pour le coach Dean Murray et pour Monsieur Delwan Graham, qui est forcément le meilleur marqueur de cette équipe avec 16 points. Let's take some questions.
Leonard Solms from ESPN. I got a question for both of you. You're probably aware Ulrich visited University of Arizona, and he's a very, very highly rated prospect. I know it's early days in terms of you two working together with him, but I was wondering if you've formed a clear impression on whether or not he has what it takes to excel in the US.
I mean, obviously, if he was going to high school in America, every team in America would want him. You know, that's clear. He's in Africa, and probably every team in America still wants him. But he's got a really good attitude. You can tell that he really loves to play basketball. He's a hard worker in the classroom. He even, you know, left the hotel last night to go take some classes online that he's working on. So he's really focused on that. And I just, you know, just in talking to him, I think, you know, he's obviously just like any young player like that. He wants to get to the NBA, but he's ready. He's willing to take the steps to get there. If he needs to go to college 1 year or 2 years and go that route. But he seems, I mean, he came right in. I mean, I think one thing that's going to help him with our team is, like, you know, I have a background working with the NBA. You know, I was a coach 5 seasons in the developmental league. So we do a lot of NBA stuff in our game. So he was able to pick up a lot of stuff in the practice this week. He practiced 3 days with us, and he's just smart. You know, he really took to it. He asked questions, and I really like his attitude, and I'm really glad he's on our team.
I really don't know him outside of the court, but the days that he's been with us, like Coach said, I like his attitude. He's one of the young guys that listen. You know, this generation of young guys think they know it all, but he's a young guy. Me being a veteran, he listened, and like he said, he came in knowing already what we were doing, just by, you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure the NBA Academy doing things like that. So I like him. I like him. He brings length to the team, blocks to the teams, and, you know, get a little bit more toughness. He's going to be all right.
Okay. If no more questions, Coach, I just want to remind you, you're playing against ABC Fighters on Tuesday.
Yes.
And that's a completely different team. It's a different roster. It's a different depth. How do you plan to face this team? It's not going to be the same team that you played against today. Are you going to make some changes? Is the floor going to be more spaced out? Are you talking about a team that has size as well?
To be honest with you, I'm not sure right now. I did watch them play yesterday, but my focus today was on this game. I'll start worrying about them tonight and tomorrow. And to be honest with you, man, I'm really hungry right now, and I want to get something to eat.
Thank you, Coach. On va prendre une question. Le micro.
Je m'appelle Wahani Johnson Sambou. Je travaille pour Africa News. En fait, ce que je voudrais savoir, c'est par rapport à ces joueurs qui évoluent dans d'autres continents, par exemple aux États-Unis, qui ont accepté de venir. Ma question s'adresse principalement aux joueurs qui ont accepté de venir jouer en Afrique ce tournoi comme la BAL. Est-ce que le choix a été difficile et question qui va avec, qu'est-ce qui a été déterminant pour qu'ils acceptent de venir jouer sur le continent?
So question to Graham, for the players who actually have played out of the continent, who have experience out of the continent, what was the determining factor to let you come play, in Africa, in Senegal? The BAL happens every year. It's the third season. What was the click? What was the spark? What was the changing, the Q factor that made you decide and agree to come play?
I mean, first off, it's the motherland. Never in my life I would thought I'd be in Africa. So that was one of the main things right there. And then it's backed up by the NBA on a big scale. So that was just icing on the cake. So that's pretty much what it was.
Je ne sais pas si je dois traduire ça. Il a dit, voilà, c'est la terre-mère, c'est un attachement en tant qu'Afro-Américain. C'est important de pouvoir jouer aussi sur le continent, mais aussi parce que c'est la balle, c'est aussi la NBA, c'est la NBA Africa, donc à un niveau de sérieux, à un niveau d'engagement qui est backé par la NBA. Donc tous ces facteurs sont assez déterminants. Queen.
Good evening. My name is Queen, Nigeria. Right for OJB Sports. My question is for Coach. Coach, coming to Africa to coach, how has it been like coaching in Africa, the new terrain for you? And also, what are your expectations for the BAL? For REG, last time out, they qualified for the playoffs. Do you intend to surpass the previous record, or what are your plans for REG?
Well, I'm not sure if all of you know this, but I was in Rwanda 2 years ago. I was hired by the Patriots to coach in the first BAL, and that was the COVID season. So I was in Kigali. The first one got canceled. We actually stayed there I stayed in 10 months during COVID in Kigali, and then we played the local league, and the second BAL got canceled. The first year of 2020. So, for me, I have a little bit of experience with our team and the players, so I have a good understanding of what they need and how much you can push them and how much you can pull back on the players and everything. So I feel like I have a good feel for that. As far as the BAL, I mean, it's a tremendous opportunity for anybody that comes here. I mean, I was obviously disappointed I didn't get to coach the first season of it, and this opportunity presented itself back in January, and I was real excited to get here, and just looking forward. As far as surpassing last year's record, trust me, my main focus right now is on this next game, and not to get too far ahead of ourselves. But I told the team that just because the finals is in Kigali, we're not guaranteed to be there. So we have to stay focused on that. I think probably you have to get the 3 wins to get there, and we've only got 1 right now. And all these teams, so I've been watching. All these teams are capable of beating us. So we just have to stay focused and just take it one game at a time.
Je ne sais pas si il faut traduire peut-être la réponse. La question c'était justement en termes de record, qu'est-ce qui a été fait et est-ce que le coach Dean qui est là, coach Dean Murray, donc il expliquait que justement il a eu à coacher les Patriots pendant la première saison de la BAL et que voilà, c'est l'opportunité de coacher cette équipe s'est présentée en janvier, qu'il a été super excité d'être là. Que voilà, évidemment le fait que la finale de la BAL 2023 fois se tient à Kigali ne garantit pas que cette équipe rwandaise sera à Kigali. Donc il faut rester très concentré et ensuite justement se focaliser sur les prochains jeux. On va prendre une dernière question. Coach, last question.
No, there's no problem.
Bonjour, c'est François Diouf du site Le Journal de Dakar. Pour le coach, aussi bien le coach que le joueur, comment aborder le prochain match face à l'AS Douanes, qui est aujourd'hui une bête blessée après sa première défaite?
Coach, the question is, you know, I think it's been asked already, but it's a different team. We said you were playing against ABC next on Tuesday, but the gentleman wants to know, are you going to play against AS Douanes, which is the home team? Do you have like a special plan, or like how do you plan to attack that?
You mean the Senegal team?
Yes, the Senegal team.
Well, let's get through this next game first, and then I mean I watched that game yesterday. I mean both those teams are good. I mean they're certainly capable. They've got good scores on both teams. They definitely will present different problems than the team today, and they are, as you said, more balanced across the board. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I just can't get too far ahead of myself, you know, to be honest with you. But let's take this next game. And we know one thing is when we play Senegal, the crowd's going to be on their side. So, you know, we have to stay focused on that. But we're just going to try to get through this next team and get to 2-0.
Thank you, Coach Dean Murray. Next game, good luck for your next game. You play against ABC on Tuesday. Thank you, gentlemen. Merci à la presse. Merci. La réponse était, voilà, je ne sais pas s'il faut traduire, mais je pense que tu as compris. Il dit que justement le public sénégalais sera du côté justement de AS Douanes et qu'il va faire un match à la fois. Donc d'abord continuer pour se concentrer sur le match de mardi et ensuite on verra le reste. Thank you, Coach Dean.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci, Coach.